let's talk about securing switches using port security. So what I'm gonna do first is we're going to draw our switch there. So this is our switch. And for those who are not familiar, port or switch interfaces follow this order. So what I'm gonna do is I will assign this port, this port, this port, this port. Now the order will be Ethernet 1, 3, 5, 7. So this is ETH 1, this is ETH 3, and this is ETH 5. Okay, and ETH 7, 9, 11, all of those Ether interface odd numbers are placed on the top, while this is Ethernet 2, this is Ethernet 4, hold on, this is Ethernet 4, this is Ethernet 6. These are all at the bottom. Okay, anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I will just fill in all of these interfaces, and let's say these are all or this switch is a 48 port Ethernet switch. What I'm gonna do is I will just add Ethernet 47 here and Ethernet 48 here. There you go. Okay, so we have 48 port switch, and we're going to configure port security on one or a couple of these interfaces. So what is port security? Well, port security allows us to manually or can be automatically configure our interface, and this will only allow traffic from a connected host where the host MAC address is defined on that interface. What do you mean? All right, so let's say I am connecting a server. I connected a server on Ethernet 1. This is our Ethernet 1. There, Ethernet 1. So I have this server, okay? And let's say our server MAC address is 00AA00000001. So this is the MAC address. Now, as we connect this to Ethernet 1, what should happen is this Ethernet 1, this interface, we should enable port security, and then we also need to add this MAC address. Okay, so we're going to add 00AA, okay, and then I will just automatically fill in the other values. Most important is the last hexadecimal value, which is 01. So if this is added in interface E1, what will happen is this connection will be allowed and the interface will remain up, no problem, because it has identified that this is the MAC address connected to this interface, and this MAC address is added, it's allowed on this interface ETH1. Now what will happen if I let's say this is port 28. So we're gonna add Ethernet port 28. Hold on. I'm gonna add Ethernet port 28. And we're going to connect a PC. This time it's just a PC. Okay? And this PC, let's say, is not a legit host. Unlike what we have on our first server, this server, which is connected to interface ETH1, this is legit. Okay? The MAC address that it's using is defined on that interface. Now, this PC, let's say it's a rogue PC, and it has a MAC address of 00EO4C, and the last value will be 0028. Okay, so this is the MAC address of this PC connected to this interface. Now, this interface also has port security enabled. Port security. Okay, what else? We also define the MAC address that are allowed to connect to this interface. And let's say the MAC address that is allowed starts with 00AA and ends with also 028. Now, even though it matches the last value, the complete value doesn't match this MAC address. You see, it should start 00AA, but this MAC address starts with 00EO. Now, this means that this host connecting to this interface is doing a violation, and the result, pretty straightforward. The result is this interface will be automatically shuts down. Port security is a configuration or a feature where we allow one or few MAC addresses that are allowed to connect to these interfaces. There are many switch security features available, and we're gonna talk about them more later.